Hello, so I'm creating this video just to clarify the difference between pre-fader and post-fader. So here I have a saxophone track and it's going to a reverb bus, which is right here, that has a reverb inserted on it, and the reverb is 100% wet. So let's listen to the reverb. Alright, so now my send is set to post fader, which means that the level of my send is going to be determined by first the waveform, right, the level at which that track was recorded to begin with, and then by all the processing that might be attenuating or boosting the overall level of the track, right, all my inserts there. Oops, ignore that. Then the level is being further attenuated by minus 6.9 dB here, which is the position of my fader. Right. And then a copy of that signal that is already being attenuated by roughly 7 dB. Yeah, 6.9, but roughly 7 dB is being further attenuated by 11.5 dB before going to the send. Right, so they're all daisy chained, so to speak. So you have the level of the track being affected by the inserts, and then being affected by the fader of that track, and then a copy of that signal already being attenuated by the fader is going to the reverb bus. But on that send, I'm further bringing it down by 11.5 dB. So that's post fader. Right? And then if I play back, since this fader is positioned before the send fader, when I bring it down, I automatically affect the level of the send as well. So when I bring down the level of the track, I also bring the level of the reverb. Right? So if I bring it all the way down, I don't have any reverb anymore. So that's post fader. Now let's try pre-fader. So I'm going to switch to pre-fader now. So now the level of my send is being determined by the waveform again, and then all the inserts. But now a copy of the signal goes to the reverb track before going to the main fader of that track. So they are independent. So the level of my reverb is determined by the level by the attenuation or boost of all of my inserts, and then the fader position. So here it's being attenuated by 11.5 dB, and then going to the reverb. And then the main signal that is the dry signal that goes to the speakers is just being attenuated by 7 dB. So they are independent. I have one level one fader for the dry signal, and then another fader for the send level, and they are unlinked. So if it's on pre-fader, and I bring down the level of the track, I'm not going to affect the level of the send. So let's listen to it. Because now my send level is being adjusted and determined before the fader level, right? And it's being sent to the reverb pre-fader, right? Pre this fader. So even if I mute the track, I'm still going to hear the reverb. So that's pre-fader. So usually for reverbs, you want the send to be post-fader, because once you have a good ratio between dry signal and reverberation, you want to keep those linked, so that if you need to bring down the level of the saxophone, for example, you're also going to bring the reverb down proportionally. And so you're just, the overall level of the saxophone, including the reverb, is gonna be attenuated or boosted if you do so. But if it's pre-fader and you think that the saxophone is too loud, when you're bringing it down, you're bringing down just the level of the dry signal, and you're still gonna have the reverb at the same level. So you're changing the wet-dry signal ratio. So that's it. I hope this all makes sense, but let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.